And we are live. So, hello everyone. How are you today, talents? We've seen some requests from you guys that last session, we see some requests that you guys would like to review some community related role for this review. And it wasn't that easy to find submissions from the form that we have published before. But Susmita here has tried so much to actually pick the best CV to review for you guys. So we will be picking one of the best CV today. And as an intro, I would like to introduce this program again to everyone who's watching. This is Jaya Review. Jaya Review is a review program that is created by Jaya Talent to actually help you uh, improve yourself and also create a better value for your CV so you can basically open more opportunity and also get a higher chance to get hired. So it's like how you can improve your first impression to the recruiters by using your CV. So that's what we are trying to do. And as a disclaimer, as usual, this session is not to judge your CV. It's not to say that which one is actually bad and telling you guys, the audience, that this CV is a bad example, this one is a good example. It's not to basically discriminate any type of CVs. What we're trying to do is to help you improve on what you've been trying to do and also what you guys are building in your CV. And also, we would like to develop your skills for recruiters that is trying to get into Web3. If you are still confused on what type of sections on the CV that will be needed to be checked for the Web3 opportunity, so here we will discuss about that as well. So, Susmita, how are you today?
I'm doing great, Theo.
Amazing, amazing. So everyone, back again with us again. I'm Theo as the growth lead at Jaya Talent, and Susmita is actually one of the best recruiter out there that we have right now. And also, she is the lead operation, right?
Yes, yes.
Yes, of Jaya Talent. So it's always good to have you here because we will have so many things to discuss together. And for everyone, if you feel like this session is related with you, or maybe you would like to give it to your friends as a recommendations to improve themselves, you guys are always welcome to subscribe to our channel, also to share this video to your friends. And should we start discussing the CV, Susmita?
Yes, yes, let's go ahead.
Okay, so what we have in the menu right here is a community-related role. So one of the most hottest thing in the Web3 and one of the most enthusiasts, I will say, because a lot of community managers, a lot of moderators. So, but the question is, how can we actually get picked, and how can we basically create a CV that will taking the recruiter's attention? So here we will try to discuss about it, and we have prepared from the submissions. Here is the CV. Okay, which one should we start? From which part?
Yes, we can start it from here. You can zoom out a little bit uh, so that everyone can see the whole CV. Yes. So as you talked about the first impression, Theo, so let's move ahead with the first impression, right?
Yeah.
When I saw the CV first, so what went ahead my mind was the formatting. So he has done a lot of things, right? Mr. J has done a lot of things. He has hosted AMAs, managed communities, also supported token launches. But there is no clear story to tell. Okay, there is a lot of things crowded, lot of things cluttered into the CV. So make your CV like a clean landing page, right? Rather than just a LinkedIn dump. So the first fix of the CV is the formatting part because there are a lot of things he has done, but it's cluttered too much, to be honest, right? So you cannot figure out what's the story. So ask yourself a question, everyone. So when what's the first impression anybody would have looking at your CV? So can they understand what you are doing? Can they understand what's your story, what's your growth story. If they cannot understand your growth story and what you have done in the first 20 or 30 seconds, then you are definitely losing the opportunity. Because in community, we receive a lot of applications, to be honest, a lot, because this is one of the most crowded space in Web3, right? So the first few impressions do matter a lot. So work on your formatting. You do not need to bold everything, just bold the important ones, just highlight that. Not everything is important, but what's important, bold that. So that was the first impression of the CV. Let's move ahead. So as I said, first quick fix is the formatting part. Second quick fix is again the repetition part,
Mm-hmm.
because a lot of repetitive things are mentioned in the CV. First, I would say is the contact information that's been blurred, but I want to highlight that. So the contact information is already mentioned at the top, but the contact information is mentioned below the CV as well. So it's not required. Even this part looks also too much cluttered, like the top part. So in the top part, just one line is enough. What you can add is your your name, email ID, Telegram, and LinkedIn. That's it. Not too much info is required, right? Either
Yeah.
Telegram or your contact information, but in Web3, Telegram works most of the time. Your contact information most of the time are not required unless and until someone is asking you, right? So that's the second fix, as I said, not repetition. Okay, that was the first repetition part, but there are more repetition inside the CV as well.
Okay.
Like it's written boosted engagement, improved participation, right? So instead of mentioning those things, as I always tell, do mention numbers, right? There are numbers, but the numbers are very small in amount. Like in the beginning, it's written supported 100 plus blockchain projects. But what else? What you can mention, right? 100 plus blockchain projects plus.
Mm-hmm.
You can mention that 30% of community engagement retention was there. So do add matrices, as I always say, because numbers do tell a story, right? And in community, it definitely tells a story, because only community engagement is not required, community building is required, right? So you'll have to tell that what are your key achievements, what you have done. Did you build a community from 0 to 10K? Did you build a community from 500 to 10K? Right? You'll have to
Yep.
mention that. So that is one pointer I wanted to add. So do always add one key achievement highlight box, kind of, in your CV that you can do. So where you can show these things, like the community build up and everything. What's the
Nice.
number? Right. So those were the quick fixes. Then next thing what we can talk about is how to sound more Web3.
Mm-hmm.
So you'll have to add Web3 native language. And sometime, people think that it's not much required, but it does, because it shows that you have been into this space from a long time and you understand what's happening around, right? So you'll have to add words like DAO, governance, token, utility, everything, right? Wherever you have worked on it. So the Web3 native language is definitely required.
Mm, okay.
Right? Let's say, what else? What else? So what else numbers he
Is
has
like
added? You can scroll.
for this one.
Yes, for this one, see, everything is written in, only one number is added there, as I said. So
I
you'll
see.
have to mention matrices. So what you have actually achieved. So numbers will tell what you have actually achieved. You cannot just put repetitive tasks, what you have done. So everybody knows what a community manager does, right?
Ah,
But what you actually did uh, in numbers will actually help you. So
I-
that's one thing. And So how his CV fits well into the market? It fits very well into the market, but as I mentioned, what are the things you can improve is definitely first, the formatting part, the matrices part, and what was the third one? It was the Web3 native language,
So this one.
right? Yes. So everywhere, no matrices is there. As I mentioned, you'll have to add matrices. And also, I have noticed one thing in the CV is the overlapping of work, the timeline. So if there is overlapping of timeline, what you can do
Mhm.
is just mention what was part time or what was full time, right? Because you
Okay.
cannot be doing two full time roles at the same time. So it shows that it doesn't show your commitment to one work,
Ah, I see.
right? So you can see there's lot of overlapping of work in the first two experiences. You can see that.
So like this one, right?
Yes, the above one as well. It's from 2022 to 2025. The
Oh
above one.
yeah. Yeah.
Yes, and then again at the top also. He was working from 2024 to 2025. So all this overlapping needs to be fixed, and how you can fix it is just mention whatever was part time or just freelance role,
Sure.
right? Yes.
What about this
So what?
space here?
Yes, again, as I said, formatting issue.
Yeah.
Right. Yes, so you'll have to work on the formatting, Mr. J. And there were a lot of roles. Let's say he has only worked for 3 months, only worked for 2 months, right? As a community moderator at Oragi Finance, he has worked only for 2 months from April to June. So,
Mhm.
so mention it as freelance or mention it as part-time role because it's not giving a very good impression that you worked only for 2 months or only for 3 months in a company,
Okay,
right? I think that's it.
I see. And what about the last page? Do you think it's like 3 pages is too many,
It's
or
Yes, it's too many. It's too many. So it's stretching a little more because what you can see is at the top experience, he has mentioned a lot of pointers. Then after the next the second experience, he has mentioned only 3 points, then 2 points. So it's cluttered, it's too much cluttered. So let's go with 4 5 major pointers what you have achieved, and one section you can add what are your key achievement section. So when you have an experience of not more than 4 5 years, you can actually put everything into 1 or 2 page max.
I see. And what about this intersection? Is it important to be put on TV, or it doesn't really impact to anything?
I do put it on my CV because I think there's always something to talk about when you are going on an interview apart from just your work. So you can definitely add it, but it doesn't require so much of space,
I
right?
see.
You can put
It's like full one.
Yes, as I said, as I mentioned, the formatting is a little odd because you can actually compress it a little bit.
Ah,
Everything, the languages part, organization, interests, and references, you can
I see.
actually
So
compress it.
it's like too wide.
Sorry?
It's like too wide for the
Yes,
space.
too wide, too wide. Y- You can actually put everything into 2 pages max, not much required. Even the top, you don't require that much of space for your name, photo, and all the stuffs, right?
I see. I see. And
Yes.
we I actually have a questions. So, for example, for this session, sorry, for the CV, there's a lot of overlapping schedule, time durations, right, for the working.
Right.
And will it be okay to actually put it here, like which one is part time, which one is freelance? But on the other side, on the LinkedIn, it's still overlapping and no part time and also no freelance. Will that be okay, or everything needs to be well aligned from the CV and LinkedIn?
You should well align everything, the CV
Okay.
and the LinkedIn, because when I am looking at your CV, I'm going to your LinkedIn page as well. So if it's not matching somewhere, so it will click my mind that, okay, you have not mentioned something in your CV and you have mentioned it on your LinkedIn, or you have mentioned it on your the opposite basically. So it will definitely click my mind. So you can actually well align everything in your CV and your LinkedIn.
All
In
right.
your LinkedIn, actually make two pages, like the full-time opportunities and the part-time opportunities you can mention. And then when one you can add the key achievement part. I would say that for a role like community manager or any role in community building, you should add a key achievement because that will highlight what you have done, and that's the that will be the first focus of any recruiter or founder who's looking at your CV,
Ah, I see. Agree, agree.
right? Because it's sometimes it's difficult to go through each and everything what you have written. So better to highlight what you have done. Better to tell your story in that way, right?
Yes. And last questions that I have is for the reference. Is it
Mhm.
supposed to be put on the CV or maybe later when the recruitment asks for a reference contact?
It depends. It generally not required. The reference part, you can put it on your LinkedIn. That works, but in your CV, it doesn't really matter.
I see. Okay. Any more input, maybe from how it is written for the executive summary, or is it already good?
The executive summary is good, but as I mentioned, the achievements you can add it to your executive summary as well. But otherwise, the executive summary is good this time.
Perfect. Amazing. And any more recommendation for this person from your
I
end?
think I think that's it. First fix should be, to make it more matrix
I see. I see.
for more
So
number. Just add all the numbers you have been working on because you have worked, but you haven't put it in your CV. So that's the first fix. Everybody who's watching. So you guys have done a lot of things, but you aren't able to mention it rightly into your CV, right? And highlight that what you have achieved, not everything.
I see. So for everyone who's watching, recruiters really love numbers. So always put numbers.
Yes. Yes, otherwise it's very generic, right? It's very generic what you have done because we know as a community manager what you have done, as an HR recruiter what you have done. But unless and until you tell us that okay, this is the thing, means this is my achievement, how would I know? So
Uh,
highlight your achievements.
okay. So the formatting and then the repetitive explanations, and then put more numbers for the metrics, key achievements, and contact also the overlapping. So it's like 5 or 6
Yes.
homeworks to do.
Mm.
All right. So for you, for the owner of the CV, if you are watching right now, this is the overall input from the session review. And if you feel like this is useful for you, we are happy that it could help. And if you have any question, feel free to put the question in the group. We'll try to answer it as fast as we could. And so that's it. Any more things to do before we wrap up, Susmita?
That's it. That's it.
All right, fantastic. And we have one question from community last Friday, actually.
Mm-hmm.
So he or she, I'm not sure, is actually a recruiter,
Okay.
and this person is trying to create a Web3 CV for her or maybe for his portfolio or maybe experience, but this person spend much more time as a recruiter in Web2 and only have like 2 or 3 months of Web2 experience as a recruiter. And this person is asking if you have any recommendation on how to align this Web2 and Web3 for the recruiter.
Uh, I think for recruiter, it doesn't need that much of alignment because you are sourcing candidates, right? You are hiring candidates. So it doesn't matter you are hiring on Web 2 or Web 3, but what actually would help is your LinkedIn for this matter. Because what we do while sourcing candidates is we go to our community, we go to our LinkedIn, the followers we have, the connections we have. So what majorly happens when you are in Web 2, you have lot more of connections in the Web 2 space, but you need more connections in the Web 3 space. So what you can do is you can write articles, blog, increase your connections in LinkedIn, the in the Web3 space. So that would actually help. But in the CV, I don't think you can do much of a thing to fix it. Just add, as I mentioned, just add what are the numbers, what are the number of recruitments you have done in the past and all those things. So it doesn't matter much. Better you can better work more on your connections in the Web3 space. So that would really help. So you can mention it in your CV that you have built a connection, of this much people, or you have connections over this areas. You are a part of Telegram groups where Web3 people are there. So you can hire from those groups, you can hire from those communities, so you can show that. But in the CV you cannot do much about it.
I see. So it's like
Yes.
building a personal brand that showing
Yes.
are actually understand about Web3.
Yes, understand about Web3, build a personal brand in the Web3 space.
I see. I see. All right. So hope that answer your question for those who is asking. And this is the wrap up of the sessions. And before we actually wrap up the session again, any recommendations for the viewers, Susmita, especially for community related role? What are the main or maybe key points that are importantly needed to be put on the CV?
For community, as I said, this space, it has too many candidates, right? Too much of potential in the future as well in Web3. So what you can do is first add your achievements, what you have actually done in this space, right? Let's say if you have built a community from just 500 members to actually 10K, right? So you can mention that, mention all those key achievements, what you have done, not just generic tasks what you do. Like hosting AMAs is not the case. How many AMAs you have hosted, put the numbers, put the community build up matrices. So that's the top key fix I would say you can do. Just add the key achievement section so that as a recruiter, when I'm going through your CV, I know that okay, this person can do what I want,
Ah,
right? So
yes, yes.
that's yes. So as a founder or a recruiter, we are looking for a person who can actually who have experience in building communities. As startup owners, right? As startup founders, are looking for those people who have experience in building communities from 0 to 100, not people who manages communities, or already good communities, say already a good community having a good number. So we are looking for people who actually have experience in growing the ecosystem. So make your CV in that way.
I see. So that will be the key points, everyone. The contestant or the participants is really wide for the community related role.
Sure.
But try to sell yourself as good as possible on your CV. Put any metrics, numbers, show your achievements, and also try to put some nice words so that recruiters and also all our founders, they are convinced that you could actually done the work or maybe do the work that you will be doing when you get hired for the position. And hope that answer all of the questions, and also hope that brings some clarity for those who are building a CV for community related roles, especially for community managers, community lead, community moderators, and also community associate. And this is Jaya Review by Jaya Talent. This is Theo and Susmita. We will be signing out. Thank you very much, everyone, for tuning in, and hope you guys have a great weekend. Feel free to ask any questions in the group. And for this session of Jaya Review, we do not open any live Q&A. If you have any Q&A, put it in the group, and we will be discussing it on our next session. And hope you guys are doing great. And see you on the next session, everyone. Thank you, Susmita. Thank
Bye
you.
bye.
Wow.
Thank you, everyone.
Have a good day.
You too. Bye.